The Franklin County YMCA has plenty of programs to keep you busy during the summer, but this morning they invited the public to check out a program that keeps people with Parkinson's disease active through boxing. And as 10 News reporter Taj Simmons explains, they hope this will lead to more patients strapping on their boxing gloves.
Silva's flora may not be Muhammad Ali, but he has the same passion for boxing the greatest once had.
It means everything. I feel it's my lifeline.
The only thing Silvas and the other fighters in his Franklin County YMCA group have in common with Ali is they all have Parkinson's disease.
I have trouble at night in bed because, you're lying there.
9 and 10.
Rocksteady Boxing is a nationwide program that helps Parkinson's patients stay active and pack a punch against the disease.
We fight Parkinson's, so they're throwing those punches. Every punch they throw, they're starting to feel better.
Abby Jamison is their trainer, and Friday morning she encouraged Franklin County to sit ringside and see that Rocksteady is the real deal.
We're working on footwork. We're working on ducking. We're working on pivoting. They don't even know they're working. They're having fun.
Her stable of Joe Frazier's in training is small, but she hopes the open house encourages more mobility challenged people to take up the sweet science.
Seeing them just improve and moving better and knowing when they're walking out of here, and you can tell it, like when they're walking out of here, they're feeling better than when they came in.
This goes far beyond boxing for Silvas and the others. These sparring sessions have helped them believe they may weather whatever complications Parkinson's throws their way.
It means to me that I've got to keep moving and keep the exercise going, or I would go immobile pretty quickly.
In Franklin County, Taj Simmons, 10 News, working for you.